Welcome back to the channel. This is the Ordinary Guide 2.0, and if you've been walking with me through this series, then you already know this isn't about motivation. This is about transformation. This is the final episode of the Rebuilt Man from survival to structure. We started by confronting chaos, and we exposed the weight of carrying everything alone. And now, we arrive at the foundation. Today's message is simple, but it's heavy. Discipline is the father you didn't have. Because whether a man had a father, present, absent, or inconsistent, many of us still grew up without structure, without guidance, without correction, without a model of what it actually looks like to become a man. So we had to survive. But nobody showed us how to build. Today, we fix that. Discipline fills the gap where guidance was missing. A lot of men are walking around with grown bodies, but untrained minds. Not because they're incapable, but because nobody ever sat them down and said, this is how you think, this is how you move, this is how you lead your life. There was no blueprint, no map, no daily structure that shaped them into who they needed to become. So what happens? Life becomes reactive. You wake up when you feel like it. You work when you're forced to. You move when pressure hits. And without realizing it, your life is being controlled by circumstances instead of direction. Discipline changes that. Discipline is the voice that says, get up when nobody is watching. Discipline is the hand on your shoulder that says, stay focused when everything in you wants to quit. It becomes the father that corrects you, not with emotion, but with consistency. Let me give you a picture. There's a young man walking through a forest with no trail. Every step is uncertain. Every direction looks the same. He wastes energy, circles back, gets lost not because he's weak, but because there's no path. Now imagine someone comes behind him and starts laying stones. One step at a time, straight, intentional. That's discipline. It doesn't just tell you where to go, creates the path beneath your feet. Discipline over emotion, the shift from feeling to function. Most men today are controlled by how they feel. They don't even realize it. If I feel tired, I rest. If I feel motivated, I work. If I feel discouraged, I stop. But feelings are unstable. They rise and fall like waves. And if your life is built on waves, it will never stand. Discipline says something different. Discipline says, we move regardless. There's a parable I want you to think about. Two men are tasked with building a house. One works only when the sun is shining, when he feels good, when conditions are perfect. The other works every day, rain, heat, exhaustion, doubt. At the end of the year, one man has a dream, the other has a house. That's the difference. Discipline teaches you to function beyond your feelings. It rewires you from, I'll do it when I feel like it too. I do it because it must be done. That's not harsh. That's freedom. Because once your life is no longer controlled by emotion, it becomes controlled by intention. Self-correction, becoming your own standard. One of the most important roles a father plays is correction, not punishment. Correction. Do it again. That's not good enough. You're better than that. But when that voice is missing, men grow up without standards. So they tolerate laziness. They excuse inconsistency. They negotiate with their own potential. Discipline replaces that missing voice. It becomes the internal standard that says, no, we don't do that anymore. Let me give you another picture. A man owns a house, but never maintains it. Small cracks appear, but he ignores them. The roof leaks, but he delays fixing it. Over time, the house doesn't collapse overnight. It slowly decays. That's what happens without self-correction. Discipline is the man who walks through his own house every day, checking for cracks. Where did I slip today? Where did I waste time? Where did I fall below my standard? Not to shame himself, but to sharpen himself. Because a man who can correct himself can't be controlled by the world. Structure creates stability, becoming a man others can rely on. Here's the truth most men don't want to hear. If your life is unpredictable, you are unstable. And stability is the currency of leadership. People don't follow potential, they follow consistency. Discipline builds structure. Structure builds stability. It's the reason some men can carry families, businesses, responsibilities, and still stand strong. It's not because they're superhuman, but because they are structured. Let me show you this. Imagine two bridges. One is built quickly. No measurements, no plan, just effort. The other is built with structure, measured, reinforced, tested. Now imagine weight being placed on both. Only one holds. That's what discipline does. It reinforces your life. So when pressure comes in, it will. You don't break. You don't disappear. You don't collapse. You stand. And when you stand long enough, people begin to rely on you. That's when you stop being just a man and start becoming a pillar. 5. Discipline is love in action. Building the man you needed. A lot of people think discipline is punishment. It's not. Discipline is love in action. It's choosing your future over your comfort. It's choosing growth over ease. It's choosing responsibility over escape. It's saying, I'm going to become the man I needed, even if nobody showed me how. Let me leave you with this. There's a boy who grows up wishing someone would guide him. Someone would teach him. Someone would hold him accountable. Years pass, and nobody comes. One day, he looks in the mirror and realizes something. He is no longer the boy, so he makes a decision. Nobody's coming to build me. I will build myself. That moment, that decision, that shift, that's where discipline is born. Not from pressure, not from fear, but from responsibility. In closing, if this message hit you, then you already know this wasn't just another video. This was a mirror. And now the question becomes, are you going to stay where you are? Or are you going to build? If you made it this far, I want you to drop this in the comments. I'm building discipline. Let that be your declaration. Make sure you like this video, share it with a brother who needs to hear this, and most importantly, subscribe. Because this channel isn't about hype, it's about becoming. And this series right here is just the beginning. This is the Ordinary Guy 2.0. Responsibility before ego. See you next time.